we are making higher highs and higher lows. Okay, so on this chart, you can see that price is currently pumping to the upside, and you can see we need to close above 66,350 in order for us to be bullish. Okay, once price closes above this level, then we're going to see price come back up to 69 to 70k. That is going to be the target where I am looking for a potential position for Bitcoin. But first of all, we need to make sure that price closes above this key level over here at 66,350. Okay, so if price closes above there, then I'll be looking at a potential long back up to 70k, which is around about a 5% gain within. This could probably take within a day, because you can see we haven't closed above this level here, so there will be a lot more volume and a lot more buying pressure within this within Bitcoin. So I'm going to be looking at this. We have to wait and see how the next candle closes, but if the 1 hour candle does manage to close above this level here, then I'll be looking at a potential long for Bitcoin. Okay, so overall the market is looking like it is bouncing. You can see on the daily time frame for Bitcoin, price is still looking quite bullish here, but we need to wait and see how price closes above this level here. So we're gonna have to wait for that throughout the whole day, and we might see a little bit more volume at around about 6:30, which is in 30 minutes. So we'll see what happens then. But if price stays below this level here, then we could potentially come down. But overall, market's looking very, very strong, and I will be looking at a long here for Bitcoin once we get a 4-hour closure. So the closure will only happen within the next 2 hours. So we're gonna have to wait for that. But this is gonna be the setup that I'm waiting for Bitcoin, because you can see that even on the lower time frames, price still managed to create these higher highs and higher lows within the last couple of hours. You can see over here. So first of all, we need to wait and see if price can close above this key level here at around about 66,350. So that's my level that I'm looking at. And then similar thing for Ethereum. Ethereum is looking a little bit weaker compared to Bitcoin, but it's doing the exact same thing, right? So obviously we had that massive downside from around about 4k, and you can see that price is still looking quite bearish on the daily time frame. So we had this high over here, this new high over here, and then these are the lows that price is managing to not break. Okay, so for me, what I'm going to be looking at is we need to wait for price to either start closing below there, and you can see that it is starting to form some type of pattern here. Okay, so this is going to be what I'm going to be looking at for Ethereum, but price is still looking quite bullish on the higher time frame here. So we had this level here, so this was the key zone at 22886, and price still managed to bounce from this level. Okay, so because we're bouncing from this level, this is technically a bullish pattern, and we could potentially see a massive breakout of this level here. If you do measure this from this zone over here, the breakout will probably be around about 4,600. Okay, so Ethereum is looking good on the daily. Remember, this is something that we have to watch out for, but the problem is we have to wait for price to start closing back above this level over here, which is your moving average. Okay, so if price stays below this level here, then we technically still going to carry on coming down here. So we have to wait for price to start closing back above this level here, which is around about 32.47. Okay, 32.47 is going to be the key level that I'm going to be looking at for Ethereum. Okay, so on the daily time frame, still looking really strong, but we have to wait for the daily candle to close above this level. Okay, because that is going to be the key zone. Okay, so that is something I'm looking at. And what else you guys should note is that this is your USDT dominance chart, right? So the USDT dominance chart, if you guys were here in the last session, we explained this level here, but essentially this is what is going to tell us if we're bullish or bearish, right? So when this goes down, we normally see Bitcoin and Ethereum start to go up, and obviously the altcoins tend to follow. Okay, so as long as this stays above here, we're probably going to see more upside. But if it starts breaking this level, we're going to see a massive pump within Bitcoin and ETH. Okay, and obviously the whole crypto market. But the problem is right now it's still respecting this level as support. Okay, so once price loses this level here at around about 4.5359, this is going to be the level that we can look at for potential longs. Okay, so overall, looking really, really good for the market. We just need to wait and see how the USDT dominance unfolds here, okay? Because even on the lower time frames, you can see that price is still looking, it's still holding this level here. So technically, we could see a little bit more downside first, especially for Ethereum here. And then obviously Bitcoin is still ranging, okay? So if you guys did just join, welcome to the channel. We are looking at a potential setup here for Bitcoin on the 4-hour time frame, okay? So if price manages to close above 66,350, then I'll be looking at a long for Bitcoin, because you can see that price is still making higher highs and higher lows. So I'm just re-explaining what I said earlier, but essentially this is what I'm looking at for Bitcoin. And there's a lot of other setups that I'll quickly show you now before we get into what the main video is about, obviously the Rune ecosystem. So this is something I'll speak about just now. But before I get into that, let's just talk about where Bitcoin can go here. And I do think that there is more upside potential. We need to wait for a bit more volume within the short term here, because you can see we are getting rejected from this level, okay? So technically, as long as price stays within this range, we are technically still bullish, okay? If price starts losing this range, which is going to be, this is the range that I'm talking about, okay? So it's from the higher part is around about 66,350, and then the lower part is 65,300, okay? So this range is the level that you guys should be looking at within the next couple of hours or the next couple of days, okay? So if price manages to break above this range, then we look for longs. But until then, we just have to be patient for Bitcoin, okay? And then if we look at the the Bitcoin dominance chart, this is why I'm still a little bit weak on the altcoins, because Bitcoin dominance is still looking really, really strong, right? So when you look at Bitcoin dominance on like the weekly chart, have a look at how the candle closed last week, right? So we did close a little bit bearish, right? But we closed well above this key level here on the weekly time frame, okay? So if I highlight this in a different color, you can see that this is going to be your weekly high, okay? So your weekly high is around about 53.47, and then if price manages to break below that, then we're probably going to see the market come back down to this level here, which will give us a lot more upside for the altcoins, because when Bitcoin dominance is high, the altcoins don't tend to move as much. So just watch out for these levels here for Bitcoin dominance. And when Bitcoin dominance on the daily time frame loses this key level over here, so you can see when price is above here, we're in an uptrend basically, and we're starting to respect it. So if price loses this zone, then we can start to look more into the altcoins and see what's currently happening in the market. Okay, so Bitcoin dominance is definitely something that you guys should look out for, especially within the next couple of days, because the market is going to start to move a lot more because the halving has happened. Okay, and then one more chart before I get into ordinals and runes and what exactly they are. I'm looking at Dogecoin here, and you can see that this is the key level for Dogecoin, right? So price has still been holding, but we've been retesting this level multiple times, okay? So if price manages to lose this level over here, then I'll be looking at a potential sell for Dogecoin, because the price is still respecting this level, okay? But if price starts to break above these highs over here, which you can see that there is a triple top over here. Have a look here. This is going to be the key level where I'm going to look for a long. So there's two setups here for Dogecoin. If price manages to break above here, then I'll be looking to long the market, okay? So you can see right over here, this will be the setup. We have a key zone over here. And then if price manages to lose the support, then I'll be looking to take a short back down to these lows around about 0.146, okay? So these are the two key levels I'm looking at for Doge. You have to be optimistic on the market. You can't really just take longs and short based on what you see. You have to wait for price to either break key levels, okay? So if price breaks this key level over here, then I'll be looking at a short. But if price breaks above this key level here, I will be looking at a long, okay? So that is something that I'm looking at. And yeah, we'll get back into the TA stuff. Just now, I want to just speak about what's happening with runes. The whole point of this video is going to show you why this could actually add value to Bitcoin's ecosystem. So we'll speak about it right now. So basically, we first have to look at what Mempool is. Okay, so a Mempool is basically a queue of pending and unconfirmed transactions for cryptocurrency network node. Okay, so basically Mempool, what we're going to go over now is just showing you that all of the transactions and all the new blocks that are being added to the chain on the Bitcoin chain, you can actually track them within Mempool. Okay, so this is something that a lot of people don't actually understand, and what you can use for on-chain data. And yeah, so have a look at this. You can actually search the ecosystem here. You can see over here we have mining pool rewards. So if you are a miner on the Bitcoin chain, you can actually see what is actually happening within this ecosystem. Okay, so do any of you guys actually look at this type of data? I do think that this data is useful, especially when you're looking at or if you're mining by yourself, right? So Mempool, definitely something that you guys should look at for this type of transactions. Okay, so you can actually find it on the internet. You can see the mainnet, the signet, and the testnet. So there's obviously different nets for what you're doing. And then we have a whole chart on chain dot over here. So the dot is going to show you a lot of different things. And this is something that a lot of people don't understand. It is a little bit complicated, but you can see Binance has around about 21 million, OKX around about 29 million, Kraken 17 million. So you can see that these are the active nodes within the Bitcoin ecosystem. So it's quite interesting to look at, and it's very, very simple to understand. It's just for people to understand this, you have to make sure that you're seeing what's happening on the transaction side of things, and you can see that there's just so much, especially even over here, F2 pool. But the main contributors to this is OKX, Binance, and Kraken. Okay, so you can see how much value they have within this this network. So there's a lot of nodes that they're doing, and they're actually adding blocks to the chain. Okay, so this is just what I'm. The reason why I'm talking about this is because we're going to get into what Rune is right now. Okay, so basically, well, let me just grab it quickly. So basically, what I'm going to speak about is Rune and what is actually happening with Rune, and essentially, we'll show you here. So basically, Rune protocol will ignite a new season for Bitcoin halving. So basically, this was talked about that after the halving, Rune's protocol would launch, and this is exactly what's happening. Okay, so basically, the Ordinals protocol launched in December 2022 and brought quite a big movement to the Bitcoin blockchain. Okay, so it is often referred as the second phase of Bitcoin. So Ordinals allowed users to begin putting things such as images, audio, and code files on the Bitcoin blockchain. Okay, so that is essentially why a lot of people are bullish on Ordinals, because this type of projects is doing really, really well, and especially because it's on Bitcoin. There's a lot more trust that people have with Bitcoin, right? So when people speak about other projects on different tokens, they do get a little bit skeptical of the fact that it's not on a Bitcoin chain, and this is the first one that is actually running on a Bitcoin chain. Okay, so the Runes token, so you can see over here, the Runes token protocol is set to be active when the halving occurs. A battle for block space will begin where players can compete with each other to see who issues the first token. So obviously we know that when you are mining and doing these such things, it is a battle to actually get on the blockchain and to be the first on the token. So you can see right now that followed by the battle to see who can be the first to buy these tokens. And then 𝗕𝗫𝗀𝗽𝗓, I'm sure a lot of you guys know this guy. The largest Bitcoin mining company by hash rate is now on all of his companies. So Ordinals is really, really bullish, guys. A lot of people are speaking about it, and we obviously know that being on Bitcoin chain is massive. Okay, so they will be isolating the 𝗕𝗫𝗀𝗪 at the halving if they win the block and distributing profits to pool members. So obviously, if you are part of the pool, you will get rewards based on what you've contributed, right? So similarly, it's basically like an airdrop, but you are actually contributing to the ecosystem. Whereas an airdrop is kind of just for community members to to have faith in the project. But this is you actually earning profits, and then you're getting rewarded for once earning those profits. Okay, so that is something to look at, guys. Runes, right? So where you can actually access it, there's a couple of marketplaces. So the first one would be OKX. You can come over here and you can just search it over here, NFT collections, and you can see that there's a whole bunch over here. And this one, a lot of people are speaking about now. You can see the volume is just crazy. So it's 64 Bitcoin, 24. Our volume is 10, and the market cap is 1,561. So this is really, really strong. The floor price is 7,350 sats. Number of sales and the holders. So a lot of people are actually buying this, and you can see that some of them are quite cheap as well. You don't have to have thousands and thousands of dollars to actually buy one of these. You can see that over here, this one is around about $500. So 100 worth is 500, and then 200 is, pretty much double that. Okay, so have a look at this. You can buy on OKX, and then the next one you can buy is on it's called Luminex. So all of these links will be in the description, and Luminex, you can see this is the same one that we're looking at right now. This is 𝗕𝗫𝗀𝗃 one. There's a whole bunch of different ones you can buy over here. So this one's new, Bitcoin Pepe, and then these ones are still pending over here, but it's quite easy to mint. All you need to do is get a pre-split, and you have to log in, right? So you have to create an account, log in, and then you all you need to do is just come here and mint your NFT. Okay, so this is one of the better marketplaces as well. So Luminex. So these links will be in the descriptions if you guys want to access and how this works. So, and then the next one is this marketplace. It's called it's 𝗬𝗏𝗽. Okay, so similar, basically the same as the other one. But all of these NFTs are a little bit different to what they have on 𝗕𝗔𝗖𝗪. So yeah, so I would, if you understand how this works, you obviously need to do a lot more research for yourselves. I'm not going to go over on how to actually buy these. All you need to do is just basically just connect your wallet. So you either have a Unisat, an 𝗕𝗏𝗃, a Magic Eden, a Leather, or an OKX. A lot of people just use OKX because you can use OKX for multiple blockchains, not just Bitcoin. You can use it for Ethereum, AVAX, Phantom. You can use it for a whole bunch. So OKX, one of the better ones to use for this. So yeah, it's just easier, right? If you want to do farm NFTs and do airdrops and stuff, you would want to do it on one wallet, right? You don't want to be having lots of different wallets. Obviously, it's good, but it becomes a risk of you losing your password and your seed info. So a lot of people are just using OKX wallets. It is a little bit easier, and you can see over here if you just come to collections, it'll show you a whole bunch, right? So you can see that if you click on this one, Tony loves ketamine, it will show you the floor price, the total volume listed in owners. I don't think that this one's active yet. Let's just go to another one. Same thing here. Just connect your wallet, and then you can see zero has been minted yet, so you can't use that one. Let's find one that actually is minted. Let's do this one. Yeah, so a lot of these are very, very new. So you have to connect your wallet first, and then once they launch, you will be able to actually get them. So this was created the other day. So they are still in the minting phase. So you can't actually buy this one yet. So a lot of these ones are in the minting phase. If we go here, let's go over here. So you can do mint ordinals and then mint runes. So all you need to do is you can do it by text, you can do it by file, you can delegate. And then you can actually create your own one, right? You can see over here, parent-child, metadata, over here, the metadata, and then the rune inscription, okay? So very, very simple on how to actually create one. And then minting runes is a little bit different. You can just click over here, and it shows you the fees on how much sats you will pay per VB, okay? So yeah, a lot of interesting stuff. I'm not going to speak about what I'm going to be doing. I just think that it's important for you guys to understand what's happening on blockchain. And also Bitcoin network is really, really bullish. And I think that is why we are seeing we are seeing Bitcoin dominance just do so well, because a lot of people are more bullish on Bitcoin rather than the altcoins. Okay, so because Bitcoin dominance is doing so well, we probably will see a bit more downside for crypto a little bit, and then once Bitcoin dominance breaks this low at 54.98, then essentially we will be looking to look for the altcoins. Okay, so something to look at, guys. So that is the one marketplace. The next one, obviously, Luminex, and then obviously we all know about Magic Eden. Okay, so just gonna sign in over here. Just give it 1 second. Okay, so Magic Eden also similar, whereas with Magic Eden they have a whole bunch. So now you can use Bitcoin, you can do Ethereum, you can do Polygon, Solana, and yeah. So we all know that Bitcoin is very new to this type of block. So with, you see runestones at the top, and then we have a few more at the bottom here: Prothams, Rune Pups, Rune Doors, Rune. Most of them are part of Runestone. You can see that all you need to do is just come here and click on what you want to buy. You see it cannot buy. So it says if you want to buy, it says trading for this ordinal is currently on hold due to ongoing transfer within Bitcoin Mempool, which is what we spoke about, right? So this is the transactions that are coming through. So you can see, you can actually track what's happening with Runestone. So some of them you can't buy over here because most of them are doing a transaction right now, but very, very simple, guys. Magic Eden is probably one of the best NFT marketplaces out there, because the nice thing is it always makes sure that you could instant sell and instant buy what you want to purchase. Okay, so you can see over here we have instant buy, instant sell, and then obviously if you want to buy certain NFTs, you just connect your wallet and buy. Okay, so obviously right now I can't because I am on the wrong network over here. I'm on Solana network, but yeah. Okay, so that is something to look at, guys. We all know that Magic Eden is really, really strong, one of the best marketplaces out there. And then this is another one. It's called inscribenow.io. Also very, very simple to use. It looks a little bit like 𝗵𝗀𝗀𝗀, but essentially this is pretty much the same, and it shows you a lot of the end date. So 1 day and 0. So this one's 6 hours. This is 1 day. This is 1 day 14 hours. 1 day 18 hours. Essentially, these are just the marketplaces for buying these certain NFTs. Okay, so you can see Rune Trumps. Let's have a look there. So you see available, mint price, very, very cheap, and it shows you the inscription fee. Okay, so all you need to do is also just connect your wallet. Okay, and then you can mint these type of collections. Okay, so very, very simple. If you want to mint this, you just come to the bottom and you just say mint now, and it's going to say I agree, accept, and it shows you exactly your mint price, your inscription, and everything. Okay, I'm not going to do it now, but essentially that's all you do, and it shows you. You just have to verify, and once you verify this, you'll be able to mint your NFTs. Okay, so same thing with over here. You can see gateway-less runes project 𝗕𝗘𝗀𝗀 Nakamoto, which is what we spoke about just now. So this project over here, which is obviously really bullish, right? So a lot of people are buying this because Gates is actually listing. Obviously, once Gate listed, there might be other potential collaborations with other exchanges. So we could potentially see more upside for this project. So Gate, I know it's quite easy to list on Gate, but essentially it's quite bullish for the project because they are listing on centralized exchange. Okay, so yeah, very, very interesting. So you can just click there and it will show you the website. But look over here, it shows you the circulating supply, the holders amount, the total transfers, total burns, and then the rune ID. Okay, so yeah, that's it. That's pretty much what I want to speak about in terms of runes. I am more on the bullish side of this project, and I do think that the reason why Bitcoin dominance is so high is because there's a lot of stuff being built on Bitcoin now. So instead of what we had with, they just boarding on Ethereum, Phantom, Avalanche, Solana, a lot of people saw a little more value, but now they're seeing a lot more value in Bitcoin, which is why we are seeing Bitcoin dominance looking really, really strong here. Look at the 15-minute here. So that's how I was saying that the altcoin season still has a little bit more downside, right, before we see upside. So essentially, this is what I'll be looking at, and it's looking like we're probably going to get a break of this level. You can see that price is still holding the support. Okay, so if price manages to break above here, then we're going to see the altcoins lose more dominance, which is obviously not good in terms of if you're holding altcoins. And I do think that we are currently in that phase. Okay, so let's have a look back at our setups, right? So yeah, make sure you guys do check out Runes. If you guys do need a bit more information, you can check me on Twitter. I did post a lot about this, and then obviously I gave you all of the marketplaces to look at, and these will be in the description to check it out. So now I'm just going to quickly jump into some setups that I'm going to be taking within the next couple of hours here, because the market is looking good for potential trades. Okay, so essentially Dogecoin just waiting for this level to break. Once we break this level, we will be in a position here. I will post this on my Twitter. Okay, so you guys can potentially take the setup with me. Very, very simple trade. We just wait for price to close below this level here. Once price closes below, then we take sells back down. And then same thing with Bitcoin. With the buy side, if price closes above this level, we look for buys. Okay, because right now it's still looking bullish, but price can easily break below this level here, and that's when I'll be looking to sell. Okay, but essentially you can't really do much now for the setup. Okay, and then for Ethereum, yeah, so Ethereum, look at the 30-minute created top wick, and looking like we might come down here for Ethereum. Okay, so even the 5-minute chart, yeah, it looks like we might come down. If we look at the 4-hour chart, we did break out, we retested that level, but essentially we can come back down to the zone over here. Okay, so 31.33, this would be the next zone. Okay, so if price had to get rejected from this high, like it's doing right now, then we might see price come back down to this level. Okay, which could be around about a 2% drop for Ethereum. So that is something to look at, because the 30-minute time frame did close below, but it's still respecting this level, right? So this is your range. So if the next 30-minute candle does sell below this range, then I'll be looking at sell back down to this level. Okay, but until then, just being patient and waiting for price to obviously move. But essentially, that is the trade that I'm looking at for Ethereum. Okay, but right now, like I said, we kind of just have to be patient, wait for Bitcoin dominance to either just pump or dump, and right now it is just consolidating. So we'll have to wait and see. But essentially, this is the setup that I'm looking at for Ethereum. Yeah, but as long as price holds this level, it is bullish, right? So technically, we're only going to take this trade once we close below. Okay, so that is something that a lot of you guys will learn when you come through your trading career, is that price needs to either break a support or close above a resistance in order for you to take a position. Okay, so right now we are still seeing price respect this level, and if price closes below, then I'll take the sell. But until then, just waiting, right? Just waiting for this to happen. Okay, so the 15-minute closed quite well here. The 5-minute closed well, so technically this is bullish on the smaller time frames. Okay, same thing with if we look at Bitcoin. Let's go back to Bitcoin. Yeah, so Bitcoin is breaking out here. Okay, so look at Bitcoin, guys. So basically, this is what I was waiting for. Bitcoin is breaking above this level here. So if we get that 1-hour closure above this level, I'll be looking at that buy. It's currently at resistance, so we'll wait and see. But essentially, this is going to be the setup here. Yeah, because Bitcoin dominance is pumping too much, right? So we're seeing a lot more strength just in Bitcoin, and that is why I'm more bullish on runes. But essentially, let's see how this closes here. We need to see how the 50-minute candle closes, because this could just be a fake out to the upside. Okay, so Bitcoin still looking good. I want to see how these candles start to close, but I do respect. I do appreciate everyone being here today. Yeah, essentially just waiting for this trade here for Bitcoin, and then Ethereum as well, waiting for that setup. But essentially, we can't do much now, which is why we just have to be patient. But I do think that we are going to see a pump here, guys. I think we are going to see a pump here. Let's see. I'm going to wait for this, because essentially if Bitcoin stays above this level, then it's really, really bullish, right? So this is a very, very good closure here for Bitcoin. I just want to wait and see how this next 1 hour closes. Same thing with Ethereum, because it's starting to form a pattern here as well. Okay, but I appreciate everyone being here. Thanks so much. Make sure you guys do like and subscribe this video. I hope you guys did enjoy the content that were in this video, and make sure you guys do check out runes. Like I said, you can use OKX wallets. You can use a whole bunch of different wallets to actually purchase. But yeah, make sure you guys do like this video, and make sure you follow me on Twitter for some updates. I will be posting all my setups there. But yeah, peace out, guys.